Hello everybody and welcome to the first ever episode of Redstone Explained with Hodag. Now, this is a series where we basically look at the beginning, most basic redstone here in episode 1, and then by episode 100 we're going to be breaking down, evaluating, and trying to figure out the most complex redstone designs so that even the beginning Minecraft player can understand everything that's going on with this crazy red block. Okay, now this series is going to exist for two main reasons. I just want to break those down before we get too far into it. The first reason is that when I started playing Minecraft and trying to figure this stuff out about 2 years ago, I started to look on the internet at different websites. I started trying to look on YouTube and try to find videos, find anything that I could to read on Redstone, to look at Redstone, to see Redstone happening, to get Redstone explained. And even though there were some things out there, I was kind of surprised at how there wasn't as much as I thought there was going to be. And the stuff that was out there was not the most easy thing to understand, okay? All this stuff right behind me right here is complicated. It's kind of crazy. And even the best people trying to explain it couldn't do the greatest job to a beginner. And that's because I don't think there's really a great way to understand it until you've messed around with it for a little bit. But I'm going to do basically the best job that I can to explain it. And then I'm going to recommend some other things to go and read up, some things to try, and hopefully by the end of all of it, you guys are going to be expert Redstoners. The second reason why this whole series is going to exist is because after 2 years of doing Redstone, there's still plenty that I can learn about Redstone. So through trying to figure this out and teach you guys and hopefully get you guys to a better understanding of how to build some of this crazy Redstone stuff, I will hopefully master Redstone myself. Yes, I will be the master of Redstone. So, without further ado, let's get started with episode 1. Now here in episode 1, we are going to start with the most basic of concepts. If you are a Minecrafter who's been playing for a while, this is going to be probably boring to you, so tune in a little bit later and it's going to get way more exciting. However, you might learn a few things just in this episode because I learned a few things about simply redstone dust and power sources while trying to do this video, and I've been doing Minecraft for 2 years. So, we're basically going to be looking at this little thing right here. This is redstone dust that can be placed on almost any block, but we'll talk about exactly where it can be placed in a little bit. And then we are going to start here. This is a little bit more complex, but we needed something to basically show what this can do. Okay, this is a power source. You can basically think of this like electrical wiring in Minecraft. Redstone dust. And in order to actually show you that it's working, that it's functioning, that we're using it properly, we need to actually have something that kind of is like a light bulb, or a switch or something at the end that is being activated by the redstone, by the wiring, and for that we're going to use the redstone lamp here. The redstone lamp is just like a light bulb. If it's being powered, it will turn on. If it's not being powered, it's going to look exactly like it does now. Our little road here is built out of redstone lamps, so this is on and this is off. And that's about as basic as we can get right now. So, let's look at redstone dust. I think that a good place to start with this is where can you actually place redstone in this game? And as you can see, you can place it in just about anything. Now if you place 2 in a row, they kind of connect up and form a line. That's why you'll see that this is a little bit different, but this is redstone still. And you can place it on bedrock, stone, grass, cobblestone, any kind of wood, any kind of sand, any kind of ore, any kind of wood logs, no matter which way they are, sponges, lapis blocks, any kind of wool, any kind of like gold or iron block or diamond block, anything like that. You can place it on packed ice, but what you're going to see in a second is you cannot place it on regular ice. You can place it on bricks, you can place it on wood again, I'm not sure, wood logs or whatever, wood planks, whatever, obsidian, you can place it on snow, on clay, on pumpkin, on glowstone, chiseled stone, melon, here we got some sand, soul sand, netherrack, and I don't know. End something. What is it called? Endstone. I think it's just endstone. Yep. And then here's some of the new blocks in the game. You can see that you can place it on just about anything, including a redstone block. You can place it on there. Here's some random ones. You can place it on an upside down piece of stairs. You can place it on a stone slab of any kind of slab, as long as it's on this position. If it's on the bottom position, you can't. Bookshelf. Now here comes the really weird ones. You can place it on slime blocks, furnaces, jute boxes, note blocks, dispensers, droppers, redstone lamps, jack-o'-lanterns, upside down. This is a regular piston. This is a sticky piston. This one's really weird. Look at, you can place it on top of a hopper and on top of any kind of your purple blocks and stuff like that. Any kind of solid block you can place it on, with a few exceptions like this. So this is a solid top of the surface here, but any kind of solid block for the most part. That's kind of like your go-to as far as where you can place it. However, there are exceptions. Okay? Now some of these you're going to see are not solid blocks. This is what we cannot place it on. Some of them are solid blocks, but you can't. And that's because some blocks in Minecraft, like this block here, looks like we would be able to, but you can't. This one looks like you'd be able to, but you can't. There are some blocks that are known as transparent blocks. You cannot place redstone on transparent blocks. Now you can't place them on your trapdoors, you can't place them on your light sensors, on your regular fence gates, can't place it on a cactus, can't place it on any kind of chest in your bed. Not sure why you would want redstone in your bed, but you can't place it there on your blanket on the name. What is this thing called? Anvil. You can't place it on an anvil. You can't place it on an enchanting table. Watch what happens when you try to place it on like a tree sapling or anything like this. Well, I guess that counts. As long as you don't like your tree. That just means you can place it on dirt. It'll just destroy whatever's there, okay? You can not place it on a torch. You can't place it on top of a sea lantern. You can't place it on fences. Can't place it on any kind of leaves. Here's stairs again, but in its regular position. You cannot place it on there. You can't place it on any kind of glass. Forget glass completely. Can't place it on upside down facing half slab, and you cannot place it on regular ice, you guys. Hopefully that covers most of the things. Now, kind of a rule of thumb is that you can place it on a full block for the most part. But there are just 1 or 2 or 3 exceptions. Okay, if you follow that rule, you should be pretty good. And another new thing that I just learned, you can place redstone on any side of a piston. But there's not really any reason to stick them on this side, because whenever this piston extends, it's just going to pop that redstone off anyways. So that's why I've never known that, because you're never going to really probably use that. Unless you have so many pistons. Unless you have so many pistons and you have no regular blocks around, the only thing you can build with those pistons, then yeah, you can use it. Now on to the fun stuff, you guys, the power sources. Over here I've shown you 5 power sources within Minecraft. And basically before, when I talked about your circuits in your house, when you have your switch, you flip on your switch, and all of a sudden the lights in your house turn on. In Minecraft, there's your light. Here's the wire that runs between your switch and your light. And if we flip on the switch, your light turns on, and your light turns off. Okay, Minecraft does have a switch. It works exactly like the lights at your house. Okay, but this is just one source of power you can have in Minecraft, and this one you can actually turn on and off. There are other sources of power, and we're going to go through 4 more right now that you can use to power your redstone dust and power any sort of device that you have at the end of your redstone dust. Now, the first one over here is when you take 9 of your redstone dust and put them together in a crafting bench, you're going to get yourself a redstone block. Now the redstone block is nice because it takes up a full space of a block, which you'll see later on becomes important depending on what you're trying to build, and it provides a power source that is constantly on. So this is constantly on, and this light bulb is going to get real hot eventually because you can't turn it off. Next up is your redstone torch. You can get this by sticking in a stick and a redstone dust in your crafting bench. And it's not a full block, which for redstone devices, sometimes you need that. And it is also always on. So these two lights here, they're going to burn out pretty quickly. Next up, we have a switch. You guys already saw this one. You can turn this one on and off. It works the exact same way. We'll leave it on for now. After that, you have a button. If you watch it really closely, you push the button, it goes in. When it's in, your redstone dust is powered and it turns on your light. When it comes back out, your redstone dust is unpowered and your light goes off. There you go. There's also wooden buttons in the game, so just in case you're going to want to use a wooden button, those actually last a little bit longer. And last up here, we're going to study our pressure plate. We're going to use a stone pressure plate, but there are many kinds of pressure plates in Minecraft, and when you step on them, I'm holding down the pressure plate right now. It's powering our redstone dust and it's powering our redstone lamp. If you step off, then it turns it off. It only stays down for a little bit. And sometimes this is necessary for a redstone build. Sometimes this one is. Sometimes that is. It all depends on what you're trying to build and what type of contraption you're trying to make. So those are our 5 sources of redstone power, our power sources in Minecraft. Now there are a couple other power sources. I know some of you guys who are better at redstone are probably yelling right now. However, we're trying to keep it relatively simple, and even this, covering these 5 instead of maybe just like these 2, is already a little bit more complex than I wanted to get. But there are other power sources later in the game that you can use to power different parts of your redstone contraptions, but I don't think we're going to get to them right now because I want to try to keep this a little bit simpler. We will get them later, and it's going to be fun. The next thing you need to know about power sources and redstone dust is that it's not infinite. If I put this redstone torch here and then ran redstone dust about 300 blocks in that direction and put a redstone lamp at the end, the redstone lamp would not be lit up. That's because just as in regular electrical circuits, power is not infinite, okay? You cannot flip a switch in your house and have it connected to a light bulb on the other side of the planet. That light bulb probably won't turn on, or if it did somehow, it would be very, very faint. And that's because there is decay in electrical circuits, and there is decay in Minecraft. So, if we look at this, I used a redstone block as our power source here. The power can travel 15 blocks. You can see here it's very nice and bright orange. And as I move over to the right, you can see it's starting to slowly get darker and darker and darker. Now, if I run redstone right next to this, well actually I can't because otherwise it'll connect, but if I ran redstone right here, we can really see the contrast. And I missed one. Bloop. Okay. So it's completely bright red compared to the normal. Let's keep going down, down, down. Stop a little bit so you guys can actually see. And if you can see the little particles, that means you're still getting a power source. Now you can see that these redstone lamps are not dimmer down at the end. They would be in real life, but this is Minecraft, okay? Not everything is exactly real life. You can see this one still has some particles. These 2 are dead. They have a power of 0. They have completely run out of that power source down there. It's not like this one gets dimmer because it's far away. As long as it does have even a power of 1, it will be powered. However, power 0 does not get powered at all. So after 15 blocks, we've run out of power, guys. We need more power. So you're probably thinking, Hodeg, but I have a light bulb way at the top of my house. How can I light that thing? Well, redstone can climb, okay? Redstone can go up blocks just like this and go all the way to the top and power a light bulb. As long as your switch is down at the bottom here, your light bulb turns on, your light bulb turns off. And it can go back down as well if you want to power something that's down at the bottom of your house. Whoop, sorry. Flip the switch, and that light bulb goes on, and the light bulb goes off. Okay, redstone lamp on, redstone lamp off. Now, you can get a little bit more creative over here. We're using a redstone block instead of as our power source right now. You can make it snake its way up, kind of around and around and around until it gets to the top right there. If I knock out this redstone block, lamp goes off, put it back in, lamp goes on. So you can kind of make a snaky pattern right there. I skipped this one right here because you cannot go back and forth like this. This doesn't work in Minecraft, okay? The signal's cut off. Now, I did say that it could climb up the block like this. However, if you have a block kind of cutting it off, you know, see how there's there's no space here. It can't get through. Then your redstone signal just gets blocked, and that's why these are just little dust. It's not actually connected. If your redstone is connected, then it can go up and down. See, if I take this block out, now it has space to connect. But the second another block is there, it cuts your redstone signal in half. Or it cuts it, I don't know, it just cuts it, you guys. It doesn't work, okay? So, that doesn't work. However, there's something really nice here. You can go straight up if you use slabs. It's kind of a tricky thing, so don't tell anybody. Okay, but if you use slabs, just like over here, we kind of did the exact same thing as we had with those blue pieces of wool right there. However, it's kind of like there is a little bit of space right there. But this is so weird because basically this little torch here is powering this redstone. It's going up the side here, even though it's kind of like jumping through this little gap, which is a little bit strange. It's going up the side, it's powering here, and then it's going like back and going up the side of this one, powering here, and then back and up the side of this one. And really, in real life, this probably wouldn't work somehow. Something would be weird, because this is really weird. It's like it's going here, and then back there, and then back there, and then back there, and it's all the way up, you guys. But in Minecraft, it works, and it comes in extremely handy in a number of different redstone builds. So take a screenshot of this one, because you're going to want to use it. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering if you can build this 100 blocks tall, you can't. Okay? If you didn't already notice, we'll even make sure of this. If on the bottom right-hand side down there of all these weird things on my F3 screen, you see West equals none. South side, power 15. That's showing us the power of this redstone because it's right next to the torch. Power 14. Power 13, 12. When we get up to the top, power 6. So I could go a few blocks higher, but I can't go much more, you guys. So that's how you can build upward with redstone in Minecraft, and that's how redstone kind of connects and climbs and then goes downstairs and upstairs and things like that. There's only one more thing to mention here, you guys. Let's see, can you reverse this? Let's put that there. And then let's put this here. And here's a switch. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's right. Redstone can't travel down this weird thing, only up. Sometimes redstone makes sense in Minecraft. Sometimes you just got to get used to the little quirks that it does. And there's a lot of those that I'm going to try to help you out with in this series. But there's also a lot that are you're just going to have to mess around with, you guys, okay? I built a redstone Christmas tree. It's beautiful. One thing I wanted to point out, you guys, in Minecraft, this Christmas tree here is nice, but when you turn on this switch here, it gives this redstone just power and powers our little light bulb here, our redstone lamp, just like it did before. And because this redstone lamp has power, these redstone torches get inverted. That means that because this has power, it powers these torches, which actually turns them off instead of on because they're already on. Aw. Redstone Christmas tree turned off, kind of. And it would work the exact same. Just to prove it, here we go. If I had this on here, put the torches on, you can see that they're all turning off because right now our switch is on. It wasn't just because I had the redstone lamp, you guys, there. It's because this block is powered. So, now we get to something weird, and this is kind of a sneak preview for the next episode. You can power random blocks and then use that power in other ways. You can use that power to power sources or to turn off power to sources, and it's going to get complex. That's why we're going to have that in the next episode. But one more thing I wanted to show you guys. When you cancel out power, ignore that noise here. I'm going to turn down the speakers. However, here we go. So power from this redstone torch, when it turns on, is going into this redstone dust. It's going into this block here. And then you can see that it's being powered. Now, because it's being powered, just like I said before, if this redstone torch was off, because this is powered, then all of a sudden when this one turns off and unpowers this redstone torch turns on. And because this is 5, it's an uneven number. What we basically have is it's going around and around and around and around because extremely fast. This one turns on. It powers this redstone dust. It powers this block, which turns off this torch, which unpowers this redstone dust, which unpowers this block, which powers this torch, which powers this dust, which powers that, which unpowers that, which unpowers that, which unpowers that, which powers that, which powers that, which powers that, which unpowers. And it goes around and around and around and around and around until we get sick, basically. Okay? Now, one last thing I have to show you guys in this episode, and then we're almost done. And the last thing we're looking at in today's episode is our power sources and how they power things right next to them. Okay? Here's a redstone torch. It's right on top of a redstone lamp, surrounded by redstone lamps, and you can see that it powers everything behind and front, on the side, top, bottom, except for the one that's on the bottom. Doesn't power that. Sad little powers the redstone lamp. The redstone block, oh man, this thing's a power machine. Look at this thing. Oh man. Powers everything. Okay, here we go. We got the switch. Again, just a machine. Powers everything around it. That's pretty cool. The button. Another machine. Now, this is looking good, you guys. We got some serious power sources here. So serious. Let's throw something on the look at that on the pressure plate. Pressure plate's just as good, and it'll stay like that until I actually pick this item up too. Okay, turn back off. Give yourself a rest. Now, for those of you redstone wizards, we have something right here that is going to be looked at in the next episode. So sneak preview for you guys who don't really know your redstone too much yet, and maybe not too much of a challenge, but maybe a challenge, or at least to get you guys thinking about what's going to happen in the next episode. If you know what's happening here, explain it down in the comment section. Now, we just looked at the switch. Over here, it lights up everything around it. What is it doing? How is it doing that? It is powering not just everything around it, but some other stuff. If you know, throw it down in the comments section, you guys. However, we are just about done here today. This has been Redstone Explained, Episode 1, the beginning of a series for all of you guys who are trying to look for and understand and just like bear your way through all this redstone stuff, you guys. Now, even though I'm going to try my best to explain everything redstone slowly, go ahead in the comments section, put anything that you think I missed. If it's something that's going to be in a future episode, I'll just let you know that. If it is something I missed, I will gladly make some amendments here, and I will let people know, because we're all in this together. We're trying to understand redstone, and it's not easy, you guys. It's crazy. It is crazy. Okay, so help each other out. Okay, help me out, help the people who are watching this out. If you know something and you see it, don't just keep it to yourself. Throw it out there in the comments section and let us all know, including our little challenge there at the end. However, my best suggestion to you guys is not just to watch this video and then try to know redstone. It's probably not going to happen. The best way to understand this is to go out there now and go into a test world, go into regular Minecraft worlds, throw down some redstone, throw down some power sources, throw down whatever you got and see what happens. Okay, mess around with it. Getting your hands dirty is the best way to learn anything. Not just Minecraft redstone, literally anything. Okay? So don't start with TNT, because that's really dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do it. But go ahead and in Minecraft and start messing around with this stuff, you guys. It's going to be the fastest way to learn. And I can't wait, because I'm so excited, you guys. This episode has been so much fun to make. I can't wait till we get to more and more complex redstone, because it gets crazy and it gets fun and it gets ridiculous. You guys will find that you can build anything in a world of Minecraft if you really know what you're doing with redstone. So I'm gonna stop talking. This has been Hodag, and this is Redstone Explained. You guys, thanks for watching and have a nice day.